In the modern world, stainless steel pipes are everywhere. From chemical plants to skyscrapers, from food processing to medical equipment, these gleaming tubes carry the lifeblood of industry: water, gas, steam, and chemicals. Strong, corrosion-resistant, and built to last, stainless steel pipes are the unsung heroes of modern infrastructure. But how do you turn raw steel into perfectly round, polished pipes that can withstand extreme pressure, heat, and chemicals? In this video, we'll take you inside one of the world's leading stainless steel pipe manufacturing facilities, where science, metallurgy, and engineering come together to produce one of the most dependable industrial components ever made. From melting and casting, to rolling and welding, to polishing and testing, we'll uncover the incredible journey of stainless steel pipes, from raw materials to high-performance products. Let's begin. Everything begins with raw materials: iron ore, nickel, chromium, and other alloying elements. Stainless steel isn't just regular steel, it's a carefully balanced alloy designed to resist rust and corrosion. The two main elements that make stainless steel so special are chromium, adds corrosion resistance. Nickel adds strength and improves performance at high temperatures. These raw materials are delivered to the factory in bulk, either as refined metal pellets, scrap stainless steel, or pre-alloyed forms. In addition to virgin metals, stainless steel production heavily relies on recycled scrap metal. In fact, over 60% of the input materials often come from recycled stainless steel or carbon steel. This scrap is collected from old machinery, decommissioned equipment, cuttings from manufacturing plants, and even used consumer products. Using recycled steel not only saves raw material costs, but also significantly reduces the environmental footprint of stainless steel production. Once loaded into the furnace, the recycled and virgin metals melt together into a uniform alloy, ready to begin the next chapter of their industrial life. Once in the plant, the raw materials are loaded into massive electric arc furnaces or induction furnaces. These furnaces can reach temperatures over 1,600 degrees Celsius, 2,900 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt all the metals into a glowing molten bath. The exact mix of elements depends on the grade of stainless steel being produced. For example, 304 and 316 are two common grades used in everything from kitchen equipment to marine piping. The molten steel is sampled and analyzed using spectrometers to ensure the chemical composition is within specification. If not, adjustments are made: more nickel, less carbon, or a touch more molybdenum to fine-tune the alloy. Once perfected, the molten steel is poured into molds to form billets or slabs. These solid metal blocks are the starting point for rolling stainless steel sheets or forming pipes. After cooling, the billets go through a process called scarfing, where surface impurities are removed using torches or grinding tools. Clean surfaces ensure the quality of the final product. These billets are then reheated in a furnace and passed through massive rollers to form long, thin strips of steel called hot-rolled coils. These coils are then pickled in acid to remove scale and cool. From here, the steel strip is ready for transformation into pipe. Now that the steel coil is ready, it moves to the forming line, where flat steel becomes a round pipe. There are two main methods to produce stainless steel pipes: seamless pipe manufacturing, welded pipe manufacturing. To make seamless pipes, a solid round billet is pierced in the center using a rotary piercing mill. This creates a hollow center while maintaining the material's strength. The billet is then elongated and rolled through a series of mandrels and rollers, gradually increasing the length while reducing wall thickness. Because there is no weld, seamless pipes are ideal for high-pressure applications like oil and gas pipelines. However, they're also more expensive to produce and limited in length. Welded pipes begin with a flat steel strip, called a scalp, uncoiled and straightened. The strip passes through a series of rollers that gradually shape it into a cylindrical tube. At the point where the edges meet, high-frequency electric current is applied. This creates heat and fuses the edges together, forming a strong longitudinal weld. This is known as electric resistance welding, or ERW. After welding, the pipe is immediately cooled and passed through a sizing mill, where final dimensions are achieved and roundness is perfected. The weld seam may be left intact or further processed. For high-specification pipes, the inner weld bead is removed using scarfing tools, and the weld zone is heat-treated to normalize grain structure. Whether seamless or welded, all pipes are then straightened, cut to length, and labeled for further processing. After forming, stainless steel pipes undergo heat treatment, also known as solution annealing. This step relieves internal stresses, improves corrosion resistance, and restores ductility. Pipes are passed through a furnace heated to 1050 to 1150 degrees Celsius, 1920 to 2100 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on the grade of stainless steel. Once they reach the desired temperature, they're rapidly cooled, usually by immersion in water. This prevents the formation of carbides, which could otherwise weaken corrosion resistance. After heat treatment, a thick oxide scale forms on the pipe's surface. To remove it, the pipe undergoes pickling, an acid treatment using nitric and hydrofluoric acids. The pipes are submerged in acid baths or sprayed in a closed system, where the scale dissolves, revealing the bright silver finish underneath. After pickling, pipes are rinsed, dried, and inspected. This step is essential to restore the corrosion-resistant surface layer called the passive layer, which protects stainless steel in corrosive environments. Next, the pipes go through final shaping and finishing. First, the pipes are measured for outer diameter, OD, wall thickness, and straightness using laser measurement systems. Pipes that don't meet tolerance are rejected or reworked. Then comes cold sizing, where pipes are passed through dies that bring them to exact specifications. This improves dimensional accuracy and enhances surface finish. Following sizing, pipes move through a straightening machine that uses multiple rollers to apply pressure from various angles, ensuring perfect alignment along the pipe's length. Polishing comes next, depending on the application. For industrial use, a brushed or matte finish may be acceptable. For decorative or food-grade applications, pipes are polished to a mirror-like surface using abrasive belts or buffing wheels. Polishing not only improves appearance, but also enhances cleanliness, important for medical, pharmaceutical, and food processing industries. Some pipes may also receive passivation, a secondary acid treatment that strengthens the protective chromium oxide layer on the surface. At this point, pipes are dimensionally accurate, polished, and protected, but they're not ready to ship just yet. To ensure every pipe is safe, reliable, and defect-free, manufacturers perform non-destructive testing, NDT. Depending on the pipe's end use, testing may include eddy current testing, detects surface and near-surface flaws using electromagnetic fields. Ultrasonic testing sends high-frequency sound waves through the pipe to detect internal cracks or inclusions. Hydrostatic testing fills the pipe with water under high pressure to check for leaks or weak spots. Visual inspection. Experienced inspectors look for scratches, dents, or weld irregularities. Dimensional verification. Pipes are measured for wall thickness, diameter, and ovality. Every test is documented and traceable. Pipes that pass are marked with traceability codes, indicating heat number, grade, dimension, and test status. In high-purity applications like semiconductor manufacturing, even more stringent testing is done, checking for chemical leachability and ultra-smooth internal finishes. Defective pipes are either recycled or repaired. The goal is simple: zero compromise. With all tests passed, the stainless steel pipes are ready for shipping. First, the pipe ends are often beveled, threaded, or capped, depending on the customer's requirements. Then, pipes are grouped by size and wrapped in bundles using steel straps or protective film. For international shipments, pipes are coated in rust inhibitors and sealed in plastic sheeting. Each bundle is tagged with complete specifications: grade, length, wall thickness, heat number, and destination. Shipping stainless steel pipes requires care. Even a small scratch can become a corrosion site, so manufacturers take extra precautions with foam padding, separators, and even wooden crates for high-end products. From here, pipes are loaded onto trucks, ships, or trains, ready to support construction, energy, and manufacturing projects around the globe. From deep underground pipelines to towering skyscrapers, stainless steel pipes make our modern world possible. Behind each one is a story of science, precision, and durability, of molten metal forged into form, polished to perfection, and tested for the harshest conditions on Earth. It's easy to take them for granted, but once you've seen the effort, care, and technology behind each pipe, you realize stainless steel isn't just metal. it's trust in physical form. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the stainless steel pipe factory. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into how the world's most important materials are made. And as always, stay curious.